Hey there, good morning. It is January 9th, Saturday, about 7 a.m., and I am in the Virgin Valley. About a month ago, I was supposed to dig sunstones and dig at the Kokopelli mine in the Virgin Valley for black opals. And the weekend I was set up to do that, it was going to rain and snow in both Plush, Oregon and the Virgin Valley. So I skipped over them. And now I am back to do both of those mines that I had talked to before the snow and rain hit. So I'll be back in Plush here in a day or two, and today we're going to be doing black opals and opals with the Kokopelli mine. They're one of the younger mines on the circuit in Virgin Valley. They're the second one I'll be doing a video with. I doubt I'll be getting to another Virgin Valley video this year, maybe next year, maybe at the end of the season or something, we'll see. But I expect great things because I love opals and I'm totally opal addicted. So we'll see what we get out of it, and I'll give you a little bit of a tour of the upper mine. The road coming up was, a little bit rough, but not too bad. I still made it up in my, bottomed out Ford Taurus just by throwing some rocks out of the road, getting them out of my way, making sure nothing too big is going to be there for me to roll over. So the road's not too bad coming up here. I'll give you a quick view of the little ghost town they're building. So up there on the ridge area, right there you have a porta potty. Yeah. Right there you have what's going to be like the new general store gift shop, and they're going to build more buildings like that. Right now they have a couple trailers on the other side of it. And then we go up this road to the top of that hill up there. That little white thing you see peeking out right there, that's their trailer at the top where the mine is. So that's where we're going to be doing the next video from. And I'll let you know how it goes and give you a good review of everything. The road going up ain't fantastic. I'm trying not to scrape and lose my muffler again. I think I've done enough scraping and losing my muffler. I spent about 30 minutes earlier walking this road and getting rid of a bunch of the big rocks and stuff that might puncture a tire for me or pop my muffler off again, because I lost it again yesterday and had to wire it back up. But the good thing about where my muffler broke is that it totally sits about an inch inside of the other pipe, so I can totally monkey it back up there, give a little twist of some wire here and there, and then it's quiet again. My 4x4 Ford Taurus. I wish it was 4x4. I wish you were 4x4. Please, Rock, don't pop my tire. You were too big to move. Yeah, so I'm going about 2 miles an hour. I'm going pretty slow, man. But that's the trick for me not to lose nothing. Going slow. Sometimes it looks way nicer walking it than when I get there with my car. Although, I guess I'm not... Ouch, shit. That really wasn't good at all. That was what I was trying to avoid, and I did something. Oh, scraped twice. one time on a hardcore rock. Hopefully I didn't damage nothing, but officially I pretty much made it. Here's where I'm a little bit worried. This rock right here. And that's why I was a little bit worried. Good morning. Whoa, I'm falling down. Good morning. I'm standing on the side of a mountain. This is the least windy spot I could find within a couple of minutes of leaving my car. I'm out here at the Kokopelli mine. It's about 8 a.m. I'm in the Virgin Valley, Nevada. It is Saturday, July 9th. We're out here looking for black opal again. Out here to give you a review and an overall view of the Kokopelli mine. You know, you always hear things about places from other people in other places and other people that have been to places and stuff like that, but I definitely like to get out there and experience them for myself and then give you an idea of what I experienced. A realistic view of what's going on. So the difference definitely that I can see at the Kokopelli as opposed to other mines I've been at is after talking to the owner, you have a giant chance to adventure. Pretty much he points out this hillside, that hillside, you can go over here, you can go all the way over there, you can go down in this valley, you can go all the way down there. I mean, you can dig in multiple different spots. There are different hillsides. It's definitely an adventure area, and that's what he's, you know, telling me and telling other people when they get here is that you're not locked into one area and you can go and pretty much dig wherever you want. Just don't touch the giant fossilized tree stumps, which they're huge. I mean, yeah, anybody hacking at those would be pretty messed up. So I'm going to show you a camera view of the whole place, or some of the place, and then I will walk you around with the camera in my hand so I can block some of the wind and give you a view of some of the other area you can dig in. So, whoa, I'm knocking the camera down. Right there, directly across from us. He says it's a pain in the butt to get to, but there's some really cool yellow and white glass that comes out of that spot. Says you can hunt and mine that whole hillside all the way over here. This whole hillside, he says all kinds of wood comes out of there, which it's not easy, or it's very easy to believe that. Right under that ridge, okay, the two big rocks on the outsides of all of the stuff in between, those are giant redwood stumps. He says don't bash those apart. He's keeping those. He'll be getting those out of the ground and selling those to somebody. But if you can dig one out of the ground yourself that's not one of those two, he'll help you sell it too. So giant redwood, which I imagine if there's giant redwood stumps right there, there has to be all kinds of other wood around the area. And he says opalized wood comes out of there a lot, which I love opalized wood. Up in that area you can dig. And you can pretty much go and adventure to the places that you want to dig. He's waiting for his other diggers right now. Now, if you watch the Royal Peacock video, you pretty much know the tools you're going to need. I don't think that's changed much, except for he's not really providing the tools. I'm sure he has some, but I have my own. The wind might get pretty bad here, so I'm going to speak up a little bit. It really cuts up over this edge. Whoa, I'm not going to fall, I promise. car is on right there leads back around this berm. Leads back around that berm. Goes down there, and you can dig there. And you can dig down there. And you can dig right where I'm standing too if you want. I'm trying to block the wind from you. And it goes all the way around. He says 120 acres that way that he owns. And overall, they have 600 acres of mining claim around here. So it's a lot of mining claim. So I have no idea where I'm going to dig first. But this seems pretty exciting to me so far. I don't know how bad that wind is, but I'm trying to block it for you. But it's definitely gorgeous, man. It's gorgeous. So, whoops. There's a couple other areas over here that are owned by another miner that you can't dig in, but they seem to be like they're on his property, but they're not quite on, you know, whoa, sorry, his mining claims property. Bad camera work. The tripod's getting hit by rocks and I'm not seeing it. So, there is the first place you go into. There's the first place you pull into right down there. I sort of did 2 openings. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. Maybe I'll just make you listen to 2 of them. Alrighty, we'll be back. Alright, so I'm here at the main digging site, which was of the video of him moving tailings. That's at the main digging site. And I was just digging in this hole right here, and I found this. I've been finding tons of simple opal, tons of pieces of wood that are completely white simple opal. Like immediately I started finding stuff like that, but this little line right here, you can see simple opal on top, and then you can see some black and some red in a streak running right there through that line. So I'm gonna try and move all the dirt around it and hope there is a big black piece of fiery wood behind it, or anything that has fire for that matter. And we'll see what happens.
Shouldn't have stood up while I was talking.
And I got it really wet to start off with, and I'm just using my little gardening tool here. I don't know what exactly it's called. Try and stay out of the camera. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera.
Yeah, I'm looking for an animal that's been scattered through here. I found rib bones, I found femur, and a couple of teeth. Yeah, we've found here. It's I had a guy about 4 weeks ago found a hoof to it.
Oh, are you kidding?
Nice hoof, about that big. We're pretty sure it was part of the what they had was the 3-toed horses.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Looks like there's another little opal right there.
Oh, actually, can we just throw it behind it like
Yep,
that?
yep.
I'll get you
Yep.
a little opal cavity. That'd be the best thing I thought of. I keep anything.
Keep everything. That's what I always say. You can sort through it later. Yeah. Well, Daughtry will find it.
Oh, who's that?
The dog.
Uh-huh.
We have a video on our website. He's an opal finder. He does this thing. He walks up and he digs.
Yeah.
And he walks around in a circle and then lays down on it and you move him out of the way. He goes right back. He goes. Yeah. He'll find it. Daughtry. Dot. Come on. Come on, buddy. We found
Oh, wow. You dog.
That looks like a lava rock I'm hitting. Oh, there's definitely some opal in there. A little bit of red and blue. I don't see any fire in it, but it's got different colors going on. Oh, wow. The end is major red. Hey, bro, can I use your bucket or something to keep some water in? I found something cool. It doesn't have the fire, but officially it is a fire opal. It's red and orange.
Oh wow.
Can you put it in some water? It's supposed to stay in water, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Grab it.
beautiful.
This is just one end. I'm working still.
Yeah, I can see the... Let me go grab my bucket, my water.
I've got a little bit right here. I can put some in it. It's my drinking water, but I'll go get some more if I have to. So you saw that, right? You are recording, right? Yep, 6 minutes in. Good, just checking. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to hit you again. So, now I wish I would have gone further back a little bit. That thing broke, but it broke really easy without too much pressure from me. Let's see if I can get the rest of it out in one piece. The cool part is it's not white. So we're working for something that's a little bit different than just clear, but it'd be super cool if it was like red and black and fiery. Then I'm gonna dance around and scream like a little girl.
I'm sure you will.
Oh. And squirt the back into that. That had a little piece of opal that just fell off too. Oh, that's breaking apart. Nope, it's just a black line inside the mud. That line was still a tattletale. There's something in there though. Looks like I might be hitting some wood right there. Yeah, it looks like some old wood. I'm seeing little pieces of opal fall off in there too, but it's just nothing.
Borrow the shovel.
Oh yeah.
And you can off the ground. Good question.
Yeah, we don't rent tools here, we loan them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, if you find something that's really clear, it's got a clear tint to it, that's going to be convoluted.
There's the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I got.
Came off in 3 pieces, unfortunately. And I'm going to use all my water if I'm not careful, and it's all my drinking water. Well, I don't see no fire in it, but it's definitely got some cool lines. Let me get the camera. Oh, what is going on with the screen? I can't see anything. Oh, it's because I'm all focused in. Alright, there, now I can see a little bit. Sorry about that, people. So that's one end. That's another end. And the third end is inside the bucket. I'll show it later. And this has been after about 20 minutes of digging. Hey there, so I'm in the same hole I pulled that red opal out of on camera. It's many hours later, but I had transferred to another hole for a little while. And I got this big log right here. And I would love to get it on camera, but you can't really see it from the camera angle. And I want to keep it wet because it's already cracking out on me, but it's freaking huge. It's like I got 4 feet end to end I can see right here, at least. So I'm going to keep working on that, and I'll turn the camera on when I'm pulling it out. All right, so it's basically just a giant petrified log. It got burnt, and it's just like, he says chert, and I've got a little bit of opal that's coming out of it right there, but I don't see no fire in it, and it's just like little veiny lines, not much of nothing. So that's what I spent all that time babying around for no reason to baby it. So I'm gonna chop the hell out of it real quick, and I'm about done with this hole, but I pulled out a lot of opals out of it. I don't see any major fire yet, but I know that can change, so we shall see.
Wow. This is me stopping.
Yeah.
I know. I always say it's going to be tomorrow, and then I think about one more thing, right? So, this is the main digging area that they've been digging in, that most of the people that come to dig here dig in. And just beyond it is where they push all the tailings. And from what I've seen, the tailings can be pretty prime. There's definitely stuff being missed, because when he was pushing tailings, we were finding stuff. So like that limb cast I showed you a couple minutes ago. So all the tailings sort of go pushed over there, and you can see the lines from the earth mover. I'll just call it that because I couldn't think of the real name. And then it gets pushed down the sides of the hill. So this is the tailings. And I wouldn't doubt you could find something at the bottom of this hill. But tomorrow we are going to adventure some of these other spots, because he's got spots that are like that. And a brand new cut that was just cut over here. We don't know what'll come out of there. We have seen glass. I saw some today. And then there's that spot with the trees that are all petrified and opalized. And then there's that spot. I mean, Tim has a lot of area out here for digging, rock hounding, and mining activities. Lots and lots and lots. Lots of area to wander around. And today was a beautifully moderate temperature day compared to what you get out in the Virgin Valley. If only most of you got days like this. Check, check. I probably sound just fine, so I'll probably just keep on moving and then listen to it in a minute. All those probablys were definitelys, by the way. So, it's pretty much the end of day one. Not the total end, but it's pretty much the end of day one. And I have this big bag of opals. I also have some other ones over here, like this one is super ultra cool, that our main man, the mine owner, found, and I forgot his name. What was your name? Tim, because I'm so bad with names. Anybody who knows me knows how bad I am with names, though. Like, I'm horrible with names. So Tim is the mine owner, and Tim spotted this while he was moving some earth, and I was recording it, and jumped off. And it's a ultra dope limb cast, crystal opal, very see-through, translucent. Don't see no fire in it yet, but I keep hearing that you can later. It comes sometimes. So, and this isn't the only place I've heard that. I've heard that at the Royal Peacock too. So this bag is full of opals. Full of opals. It's also leaking on me, so I need to put it in something else here relatively soon. But I'm going to show you a few of the opals. You already saw the big fire opal I pulled out, and that's pretty cool. There's this big chunk of white right here. It's got some bars in it that I would normally associate with color bars, but I don't have any flash happening yet. Tim assures me that he thought a lot of the opal out here was simple, and then he went to cut some and found out that there was fire in the center of them, and that sometimes with time they would fire up. I mean, I found tons of limb casts. Tons of limb casts. This is one of the chunks of my fire opal, which has, you know, orange and red and white in it. And once again, it could totally have fire on the outside of it looking in and not necessarily through the center of it. But I don't know that yet. It's all a waiting game and a maybe and a cleaning it up and seeing what's underneath. There's another really nice white limb cast. So my bag is full, man. Like, it's totally full. I even got a couple of pieces that aren't sitting in the bag. They're sitting in Tim's bucket. So, I mean, as far as finding opals go, they are here to be found. I haven't found any black ones yet, but we're working on it. And I did definitely find a red fire opal with orange and white in it, all through it. Everybody that was here today definitely found something. Everybody that was here today went away with a whole bunch of opal in their bag. I'll show you some more tomorrow, and I'll quit talking about how we all found a whole bunch of opal. Yeah. So the campground on your way to the dig sites is pretty cool. There is a swimming hole and a shower, along with free areas to camp and porta potties. So I'm gonna go in here and take a shower, and I'll give you a quick look real quick. So there's campground and porta potties this direction. That's the road you come in on. And then you have the pond right here you can swim in. There's a campground on the other side. And then you have these super cool dual-headed showers for group use, or if you're single. Hello. It's, I don't know, Monday or Sunday. I think it's Sunday. So, he said Sunday. So it's Sunday, and I'm not sure what day that exactly is. Good morning. We are out here, and it's just me and Tim today. It rained last night. I got mud sticking to my shoes. We should be able to see some cool sparklies in the area because it rained last night, especially in the area where all the tailings were that we moved yesterday. But we're going to be giving you a tour of the property. We're going to, of his properties. We're going to go and prospect a few of the areas today and a couple of his different spots and see if we can find anything cool and sort of give you a scope on what Kokopelli's working on for now and the future, because he's got a lot of property and we're prospecting everywhere looking for the good stuff. And that's all I got to say about that. So it rained last night. We're doing some noodling at Church Pew 3. I got that right, didn't I, Tim? Yep. All right, this is the main dig spot is officially called Church Pew 3. That and the hill across the street from it. Noodling around, looking to see if we see anything because it rained. And there's a tiny little limb cast, little sliver, and there's another little tiny piece of opal. Yep. I don't see no fire and it's clear again. And they small. But that tells you that my eyes are working if I'm finding small stuff. Being that this is mainly clay and not a lot of rocks, it's not like noodling at Spencer Opal mine. Look at here. Got a little bit of white and looked like a purple almost on the side of it. It's a chip of opal. It's got some orange in it. But at Spencer, like I was saying, at Spencer, you're definitely like flipping stuff over and looking in between a lot more, whereas with this mud and clay, that doesn't really help you too much, I don't think. I could be wrong. I think so far just scan is the best way.
Looking for shiny.
Yep, just looking for shinies. And this clay, man, once it gets wet, it sticks to your tires and your feet and gums up everything. It is some seriously sticky stuff. Here's another little one. Noodling kills my back. That's for sure. I need to learn how to walk like a duck. Alright, so that was 3 minutes of noodling. I'll put you back on if I'll put you back on if I find anything super ultra cool. That shelf you see in front of you is the Norita, where we're going to be going in and putting in a little bit of time this morning. We just walked through that valley of rocks over from Cathedral C, I think it was, but one of the cathedrals, or Church Pew 3. It was Church Pew 3, not Cathedral C. And this is where we're going to be digging. I'll be walking up that hill. And I'll get you another picture up there. Alright, so I'm up at the top of the Norita, and it's cold and it's windy, like 20 or 30 mile an hour winds. It definitely feels like to me. Like I don't feel like I'm going to get blown off the side of the mountain, but my hat definitely does. It's a beautiful picture of the valley and the road. And it's just a little bit nippy up here. So here's your overview of the Norita. See if that wind wasn't too horribly bad. Gorgeous shot around you. I guess I should say around me, huh? I always talk in we's and us's. And that's what it looks like to look down. Don't look down, don't. I wish I could set up the tripod, but we're way too high on the side of the mountain and it's way too windy for that. But about 3 minutes in, I found this. It's opalized piece of wood. You can see the white opal there, and you can see some black in the center. You can see that, right?
That's what's left of it.
I don't see a huge piece of fire in it, but I definitely see true opal. This is a piece of a pine cone.
There's another piece of it.
And here's another piece of a pine cone. Doesn't look like much, does it?
No, but it is that we're looking for the whole pieces. Aha.
He lost it. We'll let you know if we find any more good stuff. Alright, on the Norita, after about 30 or 40 minutes, maybe an hour of us working around up here, I pulled this beauty out. Some wood with some blue opal on it. You can totally see the blue opal on it. not all ultra flashy or anything right now, but it is blue. It's got some yellow in it too. Like he says, we put some sealant on it and buff it up, and who knows what it'll turn into. But it is pretty dry. So, but it's pretty cool, man. Some blue opalized wood right there. And that's how much of the hole I've taken out. We've been going big. Okay, go for it. Totally just slid down the hill on his butt. And it didn't go near as fast as I thought it was going to. If you're gonna do it, get it on video, right? All right. Here we go. And I was deathly scared to fall down this hill originally. Oh, don't run my butt over the rocks! Oh, it's deeper here. And that was the hill. Right now we are standing on one of the new cuts through the little ravine or stream area over there from Church Pew 3. This is also Church Pew 3. But you can see the main area we were digging at yesterday. We're directly across the little ravine and roadside from it over here. And the ground is much more soft on the top. It did just rain yesterday or last night. And he bulldozed this. We've been seeing opalized wood all through here. Nothing with any fire in it yet, but there's tons of really cool opalized wood, both white and black. So we're gonna dig here for a little while. I'll maybe set up the tripod. I'm not sure. It's still sort of windy. So the wind really affects how much I have the tripod set up, because when it knocks it over, it's what broke my camera one day, my phone one day. And also it sucks listening to it go. So yeah, there's that. Well, it's 11:30. It's lunchtime for me. I'm hungry. We have dug at 2 other spots that were not the main area that's on Church Pew 3. And from what I've seen at the other spots, it's much more like prospecting. Like, these are brand new cuts. There hasn't been a lot of digging done on them. They've found a little stuff here and there, but not a whole bunch yet. It definitely feels much more like taking a prospecting trip out into, you know, the wilds and searching yourself. Much less finding of opal itself, but definitely the thrill of knowing you're the first person there is definitely there. It's definitely virgin feeling. But if you do prospect the main area, you're definitely going to be finding more crystalline looking opal, more simple opal that might change color, might be able to be polished. There's an abundance of glass in the main area, and that's why it is the main area, you know, at this point at least. Who knows how it's going to go in the next couple of years, because they're prospect digging 5 or 6 other areas on their claims. So, you know, things change the deeper you go and the more you try. So I'll give you some more after lunch. Yes, I will.
Never knew there was so many different types of opals and places to dig, huh?
Right.
They don't give you that at the dig sites. They don't go, okay, this is the only place you can come and get a geology lesson.
Yeah, I definitely got a geology lesson today, that's for sure. There's definitely opal wood
Well,
in here.
and it helps your education as far as when you're doing your videos. If you have that information, that information you got is gospel.
Yeah, retaining all that properly though at one time is,
Well, no.
and then regurgitating is not
But
so.
you can always call us and ask us,
Yeah.
or email us.
Yeah, I do all my videos on the fly. This will be edited within the next couple of days and posted as soon as I get a hotel room.
Oh, cool.
There's no like waiting months and any of that kind of
No,
malarkey.
I did notice that.
People I have that do like to watch, they want it now, man.
Of course.
I know I got at least 100 of them out there that are religious. Because they all watched all 4 of the 4th of July episodes.
What Mr. Rockhound's doing.
Yep.
That's cool. No, it's like
So this is, what area is this? This is Church Pew 2?
this is still Church Pew 1.
This is Church Pew 1.
Yeah, it goes way up there.
Yeah. Look at him, ain't he pretty? He's either a wild stallion or he broke out. Oops, get my finger in the way. But he's doing his own thing, that's for sure. He is a great looking horse. She is a great looking horse. It's a mare. Alrighty then. I did not make it to, we're doing a wrap-up video yesterday, or a video of all my finds from the weekend. I got introduced to some really cool people out in the Virgin Valley, and I ended up spending way too much time having dinner and talking with them about all kinds of cool stuff, mainly opals, ridiculously, amazingly fiery opals. All the opals I saw yesterday before I left the Virgin Valley do not look like anything I have in my bag that I found this weekend. At the same time, they were probably the most expensive case of opals I'll probably ever see. On that note, the Kokopelli, I pulled out all kinds of specimens. I don't truly see any fire in them yet, but I did get a fire opal. It's definitely red and orange, and you know, it can see through it, and it has white opal in it too. And who knows, once it's cleaned off, how much fire might be in the sides, because I keep being told how much they find specimens and opals that end up having fire that you can see through the sides and not necessarily all through the ends. So got to get them cleaned up. Something cool that Tim was telling me about that I had a hard time believing while I was at the Kokopelli is that their opals that come out of their claims up there are harder than a lot of the other people's claims in the Virgin Valley. And I didn't believe him, so as soon as this one came out, I stuck it in my pocket, and I've been wandering around with it in my pocket since yesterday at about, I don't know, probably about 1 o'clock. And it hasn't dried out to splintering and crazing like I'm used to when I get a piece out of the Virgin Valley. It's definitely more solid and more stable. So that's a good sign. Maybe I can take my fire opal out of water and let it dry out after I clean it. So on an adventure scale, I would want to give them 5 stars just because you can wander around their whole property. They don't have a problem with you dropping a shovel or a pickaxe pretty much wherever you want. They want you to find opal while you're there. It is a new claim, not a new claim, but they're one of the newer fee digs on the block, and they definitely want to find the bigger, badder color. So if you find it, they're happy that you found it because they're going to dig there too. It would have cost me $170 a day to be out there. I don't expect to be able to just find, huge amounts of black opals in 2 days. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Like somebody reminded me the other day, it's called mining, not finding. If it's finding, then go to a salted mine. But if you want to get lucky and get something really big, you definitely go to the Virgin Valley and try your hand there. And sometimes you get skunked. Sometimes you walk out with a bucket load. And I have a bunch of great stuff I'm going to show you here in just a second. But it needs to be cleaned up so I can see if I actually have any fire in it. Because besides the fire opal I found, I don't think I have any yet. Alright, so this is my haul from day one. Start off with the first real piece I found, which was this right here. Get out of the sun a little bit, maybe you can see it better. So you can see it's white, and you can see a little strip of orange going through it right there. And then you see it turns into a big, clear orange and red opal that you can see into right there. That's one side of it. Here's the middle. Beautiful red translucent color. Some orange in it, and you can see some white in the center all the way in it. And then on this back end you can see that it goes white and orange and blue. Here's some of the skin. Definitely an opal that needs to be cleaned up. Don't know if it's going to have any sparklies in it, but it's still a pretty dope opal. So all of them need to be cleaned up to find out how precious they actually might be. There's the end. There's one end.
And once we clean them up and find out how precious we might be, that's when we know how much of the lottery we hit. They're not super amazing, ridiculously fiery opals that you can just see in the dark and start sparkling as soon as you pull them out. Unfortunately, I have found those before, and these are not them at this point. At the same time, I have a pretty good haul, as you can see down there. I have tons of nice size limb casts. I have chunks with what look like would be, glass line color bars. But I still don't see no color coming out of it yet. Polish it up and we'll see what happens. Maybe there's a color bar in the center I'm not seeing. This is a pretty cool limb cast too. It's large, it's got lines in the glass. Can't wait to clean the rest of it up and see what it looks like. Pretty much tons of limb casts and cool opal pieces that need to be finished, cleaned, and scrubbed and find out what they look like. Whoops, hope that didn't break. So that's day 1. Now I'm just going to walk you over real quick to day 2. So this is day 2. A ton of opalized wood. Once again, no fire. Cool stuff though. I mean, this is, you can see the black opal running inside of the white opalized wood. Deep black center. It's pretty cool stuff. It makes some awesome wraps. Sure, it'll polish up awesomely, amazingly. Here's another piece of fully petrified wood. Now, one of the really cool things about his land is that you can find whole logs that are like this. I didn't see any with fire yet, but of course if he found them with logs with fire like this, he wouldn't leave them out there. He would definitely take them home. But there are whole logs and branches that are opalized that are awesome like this. There's white and black and white and purple and white and gray, and they're pretty awesome. So all of this stuff over here is petrified wood. This is petrified wood. And then I have this opalized petrified wood. Has some blue opal on it. Let me turn the camera back in the sun a little bit. Nice, drop the opal dummy. It is like 6 in the morning too, guys. So it's got a little line of glass in it, and it's got blue opal on the outside of it. Oh, almost knocked the camera over. I've been re-recording over and over again. I'm tired of it though. I want to get this thing edited. I need the room. So you guys are going to have to deal with some of my flubs. Flub-a-dubs. This is one Tim found and gave me. Huge crystalline looking limb cast. So, for my $300 and 2 days of digging, I got a whole bunch of cool stuff that could still have a lottery ticket in it. It could still be amazingly beautiful jewelry specimens. And just as specimens, I got a lot of really cool stuff. So, 3 stars on Coleco's rock hounding adventures for the Kokopelli. And hopefully this is all good enough and I can edit and publish the video. I'm tired and ready to go. Okay, so I can't let the video end with just that like drowsy sounding, I'm tired and ready to go, boo-hoo-hoo, oh poor me. No, yeah, I drove in last night at about midnight and I got up this morning at about 6. So yeah, I'm a little bit tired, but the reality is the adventure is nothing without any of the hardship. It's just not, you know, without any of the crazy stuff that goes on. It's just a trip. It's just a drive. So, on the adventure scale yesterday, especially with Kokopelli, I got an education. I got more of an education than I've had at almost any other place, at any other time I've been digging, from the mine owners and from the mine owner's friend and from other mine owners. So, yeah, it was a really great adventure. It really was, and I'm hoping to go back soon. Hell, I'd like to do a video with every mine out there. And just because of talking with some people yesterday, I'm also realizing that with the name that I chose for this YouTube channel, and with the fact that the YouTube channel is actually picking up and getting a little bit of traction, thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing. I appreciate that. And to the people that bought my blind sale on Etsy, you guys are going to get some killer stuff. Everybody's going to be happy, I promise you. So visit the Kokopelli, visit the Virgin Valley. Hell, at this point, I say visit any mine in the Virgin Valley. I want to. I want to visit them all.